be our associate pastor that works with PW. It's actually, he had a conflict. She's going to say our prayer this morning for work and dedication to Presbyterian women and teaching circle study lessons. He's a great resource. I just wanted to Jan, who is the general presbyter of the Charlotte Presbytery. She previously served as the associate executive presbyter of the ministry in Chicago, and before that with in Northern Virginia. Her husband is the transitional staff of Providence Presbyterian Church in Charlotte. They have 3 children and 1 India. Jan is recently back from. So she's going to give a brief blessing.
In the course of your meal, even if you finished it, we'll just for all of it. So let's pray. Gracious God, we ask for your blessing upon this beautiful that prepared it and those who we ask your conversation today. And we ask that this day, one of the first we've been able to have would be the first of and we ask all these things in Jesus' name.
Plenty of time for that later. We're kind of getting the show on the road. You know how it is when you're trying to get and just things happen. So, and I don't know if I introduced myself that I'm Charlotte. Thankful you're here. Not only 100 years about later from Van Leer Logan. This award on an individual in recognition of faithful Presbyterian women. The last time we've been able to hold this, and they'll get a certificate. As well as a list of past the way is circles they felt were worthy to a select group before, and they selected from that. These women were selected every year. We'd hoped to do this last year, but we felt really, we just wanted to do it in person and mask. So we are, so that's how these women were. Women out there. One who helps with your circle, both as a leader, invaluable. So we, Marjorie Burks is going to come up and give the award out to our first recipient.
Well, I'm so pleased to be presenting the first, and as you heard, we have 3. Okay, I'll try to speak right into the microphone. It's a privilege to be here doing this, and I hope to capture and in some way and she has been nice with this church. You to see Jan TV Paul, who we've got over. Jan's being careful because she's around the children, in the preschool, and she's got to keep her family safe as well. Hey, Jan. We weren't very nice. We made John be the bad guy. You can correct me if I say things that are not correct. This is all. Well, Jan, in talking to her family and to her friends, I've learned wonderful things that you'd like to be aware of. She was born, baptized, confirmed, and married at DCBC. About that, we can't say that about many people. And that, and she's been very active as well as other things over the years. And I'll just try to itemize and say a few of those, but I do want to. And Linda Stieber couldn't. She had an appointment and a commitment, but between Linda and I think a founding member here of Circle 7, way back when we had a lot of moms that couldn't come out during the day, so we formed another evening circle, and I think we had child care, and that she couldn't be. It's like she is their communicator. Been other jobs. They're big communicator. What's going on? Through COVID with smiles, feel like they kept in touch with each other. But the other thing I heard about is just to die for. Members here can probably vouch that they help them to get to know each other, and to bond, and to support and care for each other. Very special. I keep running into the same themes when I hear about Jan. Her hospitality, and her giving and loving to others. She has made Davis and Cornelius. That takes back my past. Davis College Presbyterian Church preschool has had for about 30 years. So she knows all the children from when to now, loved and cared for them and been as associate parents for, and has worked them feel a part of the church and brought many of them into the church through her welcoming. Besides working with children are animals. To share those animals, we've had service. I'll remember that. And I think the children get to appreciate it with Jan. But do you know this lady is musical? To rap. I couldn't believe that. No wonder she's so about weightlifting and placed statewide contests. Don't mess with Jan. This hospitality has been greeting and being with members. That immensely. To many people that she knew better. She should reinforce that on Sunday. Besides loving music, she's been part of the bell choir and has helped with that. She's been a session member and been involved in the children's ministry and in Christian education. And I know John and Jenny have enjoyed her insight when a word of advice about families in the church. And a teacher, Paul.
Oh my gosh,
Where is... We were wanting to get later, but I know Jan's got to go back. Oh, yay! Okay, thank you. Anyway, our Lear Logan is going to come up and present that award.
Good morning. This is an honor for me to I am about to award a woman is a child of the manse and a child of God. Participated in many aspects of the life of this church and the community. Susan, we had a hell of a time. Example of her community involvement that she has to go set up the pole. Very hard concerted effort to get her here today, and I hope you are safe at the post. Susan has contributed greatly, both quietly and publicly, to the government, life, and worship of the church. I cannot detail her contributions, her church, and to her Lord without revealing who is. We honor you today and to us. Serves as chair of the administrative committee. Since joining our church, Susan's experience as a human resources professional have served our potential and go unnoticed, always easy or pleasant. Thank you for that. She also serves more publicly on the worship committee, and she and I stood together on an issue. Susan has contributed and continues to the worship life of our church. And she has a teacher for the Wednesday morning class, which provides an opportunity for men and women to come together to pray together and to study the word of the Lord. And during the pandemic, that class has just been a lifesaver for many of us. Not the least of her contributions is our beloved Epiphany dinner, able to share that. Together again to worship God and to praise our Lord. We celebrate Susan, who gives so much to the church. We thank her for all that she has done and will continue to do. We say to her, well done, Susan.
One, obviously my mother and my daughter can keep a secret because I am so surprised, but thank you for this recognition. But I also have to give a shout out to Brenda Barger. Called me up and said, Susan, can you watch for our meeting? And 29 years later, I'm still to Brenda's the reason that I'm here, and one of the many reasons I'm at church, because she's been a role model for me. So thank you, Brenda Barker, for all you've done for my family.
Karen is going to come forward honor our third recipient.
Standing in front of all of you today. What wonderful women. As many of you in this room can attest, there are several in this room who have received this recognition, and you are role models. Through your work and service, you have nurtured faith and Bible study, supported the mission of the church worldwide, built an inclusive, caring community of women, and aligned hearts around a shared purpose. That's the purpose of Presbyterian women. Isn't that? It's my privilege to be one who has done all of these things, to look for refuge in a cheerleader, an encourager, a faith-filled follower of Christ. She is steadfast and balances so many things with patience and grace. Wife, mother, daughter, daughter-in-law, friend, neighbor, people at 4 different organizations. Yes, 4 part-time jobs, but people say they need help. Today, it's my honor to present this word to my dear friend, Tina P. Hoff. Up next year to serve. Tina served as co-moderator of DCPC's Presbyterian Women before stepping up as moderator from 2010 to 2012. It was during her tenure that our church hosted the spring gathering of the Presbyterian Women, dozens of women from all over Mecklenburg County and the surrounding area. She's been a Circle 8 member almost since she walked through the doors of DCPC in the thousands. Which year was that? Since then, her serving heart has drawn her into projects at DCPC and within PW, from the more Blythe Elementary, congregational care, usher, greeter, committee member, women's retreat, PW events. She is coaching service, coordinating more than 100 volunteers in our region. And as a dear support friend, she's been by my side for every project I've managed to get myself in church, including our Christmas and Davidson foray. She's made me a better servant leader, and I thank her. For me, along with Tina, and all the other award recipients here, she brings Galatians 22 to mind. She embodies the fruit of love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, self-control. It's indeed my honor and privilege to do a special presentation for someone who has served this church and who will be serving this church in the near future. Congratulations, Tina. I could have said it.
Can't even, there that have supported me throughout the years, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
All right. Our fourth and this year, Catherine Bragg is going to present.
Congratulations to Jan, Susan, and Tina. And now for number 4, our final Honorary Life Membership Award. Charlotte Bourne and Charlotte She was a It was in her blood from is still running strong. Everywhere I go today, I see now hiring signs. .com, ZipRecruit, hiring services. My inbox is full with emails. Who is receiving this? She has so many creative, singing and dancing to crafting and calligraphy. She has tremendous skills in graphic, written and oral communication, organization. Everyone wants her on their team. DCPC has been fortunate to have her on our team for 31 years. She could be making the big bucks. Gives big. Every year she's only $1 billion every way possible, serving as elder multiple times, as chair of numerous and varied committees, way too many to list. She's been a vital participant on the association for nominating committees for Andrew Scales and Robert Alexander, on and on and on the beautiful lingual who currently serves on the campaign committee. She thoughtfully planned every aspect of the luncheon. Truly shines, she blends her creative and organizational skills into new endeavors. She led the transformation of the congregation house at the North Pole for children all over North Carolina to come see Santa and parents alike. I have had the pleasure of working with her startup type project. Almost exactly 8 years ago, I was part of a team that was establishing our church partnership with Blythe Elementary School, and we needed a logo. I said to our group, I know who to call. I called my creative friend. She and I sat at her kitchen table and beginning of our pencil logo for our partnership that still exists today. Thank you, friend. Her good works are appreciated by many people outside our church walls. She is a yes girl and a woman of action. She is the one everyone wants to call, to have on their team. Several summers ago, I asked her to help me plan the meals at the youth conference, complete with themes. She said yes. Not only but she had decorations for all of my daily visit. High school age girls and boys love them, especially when she brought her entire birthday cake on the floor to her. 150 fifth graders rooms at Blythe because of her creativity and space for them. Over 1,000 students walk by the snazzy, larger-than-life Cardinals Blythe mascot every school day and know that someone sets up this dreary space for them. 125 first graders games every day on colorfully painted outdoor spaces. Time and talent. I approached her about each of these. She already had at least 5 ideas about how to complete them before I could finish explaining the scope of the projects. She spent days in the halls and bathrooms at Blythe. She created these fun and colorful murals and games. Thank you. Approximately 50 neighbors experience her hospitality once a month as she assists them at the Angels and Sparrows Market for the job every month. can think of no better person with her organization to set up an outdoor market and let individuals choose the rest of the week. She welcomes them to the market and helps them find the food they need. I see her in action with me when I make my grocery trips. She says yes again and again. And now, we are saying yes. Yes, you are receiving the honorary title. Give big by using your heart and hands. Every giving is the way you should act for what God has given you. Better symbol than the caring, supportive hand to represent how you live your life and use your gifts and to improve the lives of others in our own congregation, in our North Mecklenburg community. Chip, Jay, Rebecca, and you're faithfully on his team.
She hates the public do, but she said this was too important not to do. So thank you. Thank you all of you lovely women who received the award today. Each and every one of you who all help in one year now, and I wish we could give everyone an award. So we will. Okay. So next is Van Leer is going to come speak about birthday offering and dedication. Then
I was going to say is already in your bullet, referring to as the women of the birthday offering, an offering to help and improve the life of men and girls throughout the world. And I have always wondered why it was called the birthday offering. And this year I discovered by, if you look in your offering, in your bullet, exactly 100 years ago this spring, a lady named Hallie Paxton Winsborough challenged of the Presbyterian Church in the United States to give 1 cent. Now, I remind you that the cent in 1920, just reminding you of that, offering would go to a girls' school in Japan, a school that she visited. And ever since that time, Presbyterian have contributed in the spring the birthday offering, our birthday, and the birthday of the renewal of these, which is not particularly prominently known. It's an offering that goes to places and such offerings in the past. You can Google that offering and see over again in your offering. And also, if you turn over your birthday offering and who this year's recipients are, both English and Spanish. Today, and the envelopes are on the table. Go to the mission at Eastwood. We'll go to a Jesus Presbyterian church in Puerto Rico. Please remember that day, and we ask you in the name of God and Jesus Christ to give generously to these people in need. Thank you.
Okay, we've all been doing a lot of talking. Why don't you all refresh your memory? So we're going over here, 5 minutes, and then we're going to resume with our speaker. Okay, does that sound good? Talk amongst yourselves. I was supposed to mention there with water in it to put your, okay, over by the window. right, we're going to try to get back to the program so we can finish up and then people. So, choose our speaker. So.
Again, everybody, it is my pleasure, and I say this in all honesty, we are clearly in terms of all of the women who have achieved so many things. But here has been Powerhouse, who is our speaker today. Handley has dedicated her career to helping low-income, high-risk families get connected to resources that ask nothing from us, but to hold the hope that all things are possible. Debbie has advocated for the most vulnerable of this population, women and children, with the state of Massachusetts to develop and create an innovative and modern that has resulted in helping multiple families live self-sustained lives. On the quality of life of a vulnerable population, Debbie has worked and proud and provide opportunities for their children for a bright future. On August 1st, 2014, to serve Hope House. Leaders and families support and raise awareness of the plight of situational homeless facing this community. The 7 top not-for-profit servants in the community. She resides in Cornelius with, excuse me, his name is Dan. This is what I get. I'm so honored, and I hope you will return with me. I present Debbie Hanley.
Thank you for that. What does that mean? But yet it can be seen. Hope can unify all of us, and at a time when we all feel particularly divided, we join together to give hope and inspire each other. It's the delivery system, it's the remedy to hopelessness in the headlines. Romans 15:13 promises us there is a God of hope who can bless us abundantly. And in Romans 12:12 tells us to be joyful. The German theologian Martin Luther told us that everything that is done is by hope. But somewhere in our community today, someone will become homeless. The cause of their homelessness might be the loss of a job, a domestic fight, a medical diagnosis. These days, it could very well be caused by a foreclosure, an increase in rent, or an eviction. Homelessness goes virtually undetected and acknowledged across northern Mecklenburg County. Today, our economy is consumed by their children. In their cars, in camps. You've seen her when you're buying your, when you're in line at the bank, and in your child's school. Two faces find themselves enslaved to their home if they've lost their job, their health, or their financial partner, or experience a crisis that deeply compromises their safety net. The loss of home is a crisis for anyone, but especially for families, as a parent must endure the heartache of being unable to provide a secure environment for children. Without a home, basic resources needed for healthy development. Being without a safe and warm, a sense of belonging, over 4,700 homeless. But remember when I talked about the little hope? 10 years ago, Dr. Lee Beth Link, to avoid those perils of being projected into homelessness. Dr. Lindquist was a practicing at Lakeside Family Physicians in our community. In population, she would need the help of on North Cross Road, families to rebuild their lives in a safe and supportive environment. The first family invited to live there was a Hurricane Katrina family of 8, if we can remember when that hurricane happened. The mission of the Hope House is to create a community where women affected by homelessness and poverty and create healthy relationships of equal parts of grace and accountability. We believe that genuine love can eradicate the failures of the past and hope can rewrite their ending. Our supportive housing program asks that people participate in their transformation and begin to tackle the small and large obstacles that propelled them into despair. As the only transitional home for displaced women and children in the Lake Norman area, we offer a visible solution to housing insecurity through our wraparound service delivery model that focuses on the whole family. Priorities of the program include safety, responsibility, and accountability in the development and implementation of a plan to regain independence. We teach our families how to stand up and not stand in a line. By providing shelter, support, and services to our homeless residents, our families exit our program stronger and more self-assured, which in turn benefits our community. And Dr. Lindquist had no idea 10 years ago that as of today, 387 people have exited our program with a 100% success model of becoming stable. As a strength-based, smaller agency, we can be more intentional with our families, meeting them exactly where they at and creating programming and opportunities that impact day-to-day decision-making and remove their barriers to personal goal achievement. Strong emotional bonds are made with our children, and these help them learn how to manage their own feelings, behaviors, and develop the self-confidence resulting in their ability to regulate their emotions when faced with stress or difficult situations. These bonds help them create a safe base from which they explore, learn, and relate to each other. Mecklenburg County has seen a 43% increase in homelessness since June of 2020, mostly related to the pandemic. We had a community crisis prior to the pandemic, and now we are off the charts. We get inquiries at the Hope House every single day. Yesterday, 27 phone calls of families facing in our community the perils of homelessness. The stories are harder and harder to hear. This morning, a family of 5 who are living in a park in Huntersville came to the Hope House in need of food and a place to stay. Because of stories like this, we have expanded our programming to include purchasing another home in Davidson in the Summers Walk community. Recently, 3 cottages on our property, named for Dr. Lindquist, called the Cottages of Lindquist Glen, have been completed. The cottages of faith, joy, and grace represent single families looking to rebuild their lives in a teaching model that helps individuals regain their independence. On Christmas Eve, we welcomed our first family into the cottages of joy. This mom had been living in her car with her 8-year-old daughter, having lost everything they owned in a fire by her abuser. But on Christmas, I was the innkeeper, and I got to welcome her home. At Hope House, we are solving complicated issues one family at a time with a proven delivery model of success. And I'm so excited to announce to you today, if this is like Vegas, that we have purchased another lot in Huntersville to go along with 2 more lots that the town of Huntersville donated to us. And in June, we begin construction on them. The Cottages of Courage, dedicated to a female veteran home and kindness, and their soon-to-be one unnamed cottage will begin construction in June. Hope House will be tearing down walls, removing barriers families face, and opening doors to provide a stable future for the women and children in our community. We are the key to providing the building blocks of stability of housing solutions. Seeing a person go from homelessness to transitional, progressive, and then permanent housing makes hope visible. Over time, one home will impact multiple families, aiding in procuring long-term housing and independence. Our entire community benefits because families leave as financially stable citizens whose children are likely to be in even stronger position as an adult. Together, we can give hope, inspire change, and create a community where everyone, including our neighbors in need, can thrive, making hope visible. Thank you.
Oh, please.
On behalf of this Capital Campaign Committee, we're so excited that Hope House is one of the recipients of our charitable component of our campaign. And so for all of you to learn more about what they do, which I had the pleasure of seeing firsthand, I'm so excited that you are here today. Thank you.
I was going to mention that the church has had a partnership in helping with things, helped to convert their garage into a usable space for the children during the pandemic, and I got to see that when I dropped some items off recently, which is fabulous. And the cottages, it's truly wonderful to see how you are growing and helping and serving more people in the community. So I wanted to segue into Presbyterian women in our circles. Feel very strongly about helping women and children, and we started a card ministry sort of with gusto during the pandemic, with people not getting out. And I wanted to recognize Betsy Hazelton, a longtime church member, who has created all of the designs for the cards, and she even then purchases cards back to donate money. And over the last 2 years, we have been able to give over $2,000 to Hope House. So on the back of each card, it does say that it goes to an agency in the Lake Norman area, and we have been giving that money to Hope House, and it helping to make an impact, hopefully. And we do have cards. There's a table over there with some designs, and they have a donation amount. If you feel like taking some today and don't have money, you can write your name and email on there, and we'll just track you down later. We know you're good for it, but we'd love to have 100% of the proceeds of the cards go to Hope House. So it's really been wonderful. So I wanted to present this to And we will have some new designs coming up. I know Van Leer is trying to get her to do a winter card design because she likes to do her holiday after holiday cards using these. She's doing a butterfly card now. So anyway, there will be more to come. Thank you all for, we're going to end with, thank you, Sarah, for getting back here so soon. We've sort of finished up in a speedy manner. This is our, as we know, our first event in quite a few years, and we're just figuring it all out again and how things work. But we have music sheets that we'll pass around. Sarah is going to lead us in our hymn, and then after that, We were going to close reading the purpose of Presbyterian Women, which is something that at the end of each coordinating team meeting that we hold monthly, we say that. And the coordinating team has made up of a small group of us, officers and your circle leaders, who meet monthly to just talk about how things are going, ways we can reach out and help one another. And we hope some of y'all might consider in the future stepping up to helping and being a leader within your circle. Sorry. Oh, and I'm told that at the very end, after we read the purpose of Presbyterian Women, anyone who's received a lifetime award, if you could come from wherever, come over to the left here. We'd like to get a picture. Since we have a photographer here taking pictures, it's been a long time. We need to update things. Okay. I'll let you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm going to stand a little bit off center for anybody who's online, but I can't get this mic any closer, so we'll just readjust. How's everybody doing today? I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here and join this celebration with you. Let's unite our voices in song. I danced in the morning when the world was begun, and I danced in the moon and the stars and the sun, and I came down from heaven and I danced on the earth. At Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced o'er the scribe and the Pharisee. They would not dance and they would not follow me. I danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They came with me and the dance went on. Dancing wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on a Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. They whipped and they stripped and they hung me high and left me there on the cross to die. Dancing wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on a Friday when the sky turned black. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back. Buried my body and they thought I'd gone, but I am the dance and I still go on. Dancing wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. They cut me down and I leapt up high. I am the life that will never, never die. I'll live in you if you live in me. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. Dancing wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. Yay! Thank you for singing with me. Absolutely. Yay! I think you all have to join choir now. Of course. Shameless plug for sure.
I was told to announce that the Pines bus, or the bus heading back to the Pines, will leave at approximately 11, or will be available around 11:15, so you'll have a few more minutes to mingle. If you want any more food, if you want to take any food back, we have an abundance of food, and we will send some with Debbie O'Hanley back to Hope House, but we have an abundance of food. So anyway, if you will look on the inside of your program, and we are going to awkwardly read the purpose of Presbyterian women. Forgiven and freed by God in Jesus Christ, and empowered by the Holy Spirit, we commit ourselves to nurture our faith through prayer and Bible study, to support the mission of the church worldwide, to work for justice and peace, and to build an inclusive, caring community, women and men, that strengthens the Presbyterian Church, USA, and witnesses to the promise of God's kingdom. Thank you again, and I don't think I thoroughly thanked all the lovely women who helped set up and make sure that this event happened. It takes a village, but thank you again, and yay! All honorary life members over towards the wall here, the doors.